This vehicle is the Churchill 1. This is a British Tier 5 heavy tank. The map is Fisherman's Bay. The game mode is Homefront. You can see at the start of the game, the first thing that I am doing is going for that yellow flag, which gives you additional ammunition. And I've already notified my team that they should also go for those yellow flags. I am going to get 13 kills in this game, and I'm going to do 10,529 damage and 1,500 assistance damage. So there are going to be 7 waves. We are on the defending team. The game is fun. I really enjoy playing it, but it is ultimately a little bit on the difficult side. The reason why is because in some of the modes, you're going to be playing against more waves, like maybe it gets up to 9 waves, and they're going to be a lot more harder. The most amount of damage I did in this game is around 22,000, and the most kills I did was 22, and that was actually in the same game. Oh, and actually, I did 21 kills, I think, in that game, and I did 22 in a different game. I had a lot of games where I did 16, 17, 18, 19, 20,000 damage, and you'll be seeing them on my channel. My plan is to upload them in the order from the lowest amount of damage to the highest amount of damage. So it might be more than 10 games from now, maybe 15 replays or more from now before you get to see. It's going to be 3 months from now when you're going to get to see those games. So you can see that we didn't have anybody defending in the southeast, which means that a few enemy tanks were able to get through. That's going to hurt. We lost 3 shields. You need to keep as many shields as possible. You'll notice that I'm also going for the, well, I was going for the flag, but somebody else got it. It doesn't matter who gets the flag. One of the things they should have done in the game was have an incentive for getting the flag. You can see I dropped down an airstrike. Had a couple airstrikes go down. What I found is the most effective position to play is over here at the tip of this arrow where this little rock is. Over there in the distance, when you're over here, almost any tank, you'll be going up against the enemy's side armor. So it was a really good position to play. With a weak gun, you could do a lot of damage, and in the later games, you're going to see that I'll be playing in that position. For at least 3 of the maps, for this one, Sand River and Studzianki, I do remember the overpowered positions. I haven't played these games in almost a year, so it's going to be a while for me to remember some things. Those tanks are very well armored, but keep in mind I do get to respawn, so I'm not that worried about taking hit points. I'm only doing 50 damage per shot. If you have watched me play for many years, you'll know that the Churchill is one of the best vehicles for me to play in the game with a fast-firing gun. It's one of my best performing. In fact, I'm one of the top players in the game in the Churchill. Not in this particular one, but in the premium vehicles. I think it's called the Churchill 7. You don't want to be close to that red circle. You can still take damage. I've taken damage before being outside the circle. It usually alternates from a difficult, what do you call the waves, to an easy wave. So this one is not going to be as difficult. There's obviously a lot of vehicles. However, they're not going to be as well armored. You'll notice that I am making an effort to angle. Missed that shot. I like playing those martyrs, but they are easy to take out in this particular game mode. My allies have not died yet, so I'm going to, well, it depends. Some people get 4 respawns, some get 3. So I decided to come in with the Sherman, and it had to do with the fact that the enemy tanks have weaker armor. So if I hit them well, I'll be able to one-shot a lot of these tanks. One thing about these enemy vehicles is that they miss a lot. 271 damage on the Panzer 3K. They don't have good aim. There's another derp shot. You don't have to aim in all the way. It used to be that you really didn't need to aim in all the way. Your shot's going to land within that circle, but they changed it a while ago so that it spreads out a little bit more. When I first started playing, it was like 5-6 years ago, you were more likely to hit in the center of your shot, but then they changed it so it's spread out more like a real weapon. It'll be so nice if I hit those tanks. Now, these Panthers are going to be more difficult vehicles. They're going to be a lot harder to take out of the game. You really got to focus on going after those low hit point vehicles. You can see that there is at least one on the left with 598 hit points. Hopefully he'll be out this shot. Yeah, when you don't penetrate, you do a lot less damage. I wonder if that means that there's landmines over there. All those dotted circles. Because there are some vehicles that do landmines. Maybe we'll see them in a future video. And I had a lot of fun with the landmines. You really can just drive up to a vehicle and drop a landmine right on it. And also, when I played with the landmines, I was dropping them right over here. And the reason why was because the enemy always drove through the center there. So the Panthers are relatively slow. They are tier 7 vehicles. I'm up to 4,300 damage. Again, I'm going to get 13 kills, 10,500 damage, and 1,500 assistance damage. I only took a little bit of damage. Because that was one of the more difficult waves, the next wave is probably going to be fast light tanks. And I do have 2 respawns left. Or no, what? You know what? I think I get one more respawn. I get to play 1 tank after this. So I'm playing in this position, which is an okay position. It's not perfect. As I said, the rock over there was the position that was really great to play in. Especially against something like a Stug. My airstrike missed. Seemed like a nice hit. It was 164 on that Panzer 4H. $375 on the Panzer 4H. Aren't they cute? Oh, he disappeared. So I'm guessing that there was an ammo flag right behind me. And I'm advising my team to get the flags. You see that they're not doing it. This is definitely a mode that I did very well in. Wow, that was a beautiful shot. One of the good things about the airstrikes is that you can use them for the vehicles that have crossed over in your defensive position. I'm up to 6,100 damage. Got a lot of ammo. I don't think this vehicle has APCR rounds. I think there's only one type of round. These vehicles are so fast. You see, I tried to use the auto aim and it did not work out well. So that was 2 one-shots. So obviously a vehicle in front of me. I don't know why he's not spotted. I'm up to 6,800 damage. And he was taken out of the game. One of my allies is out of the game. Mr. Insanity. And I'm out of the game. I'm up to 7,200 damage. I think that my next vehicle has to be a Churchill. Yeah, there it is. Obviously, the Churchill is going to be pretty good against the lightly armored vehicles. Not so much against the Tigers. This was a very difficult game. It was very challenging. I am low on ammunition. I've only got 17 rounds left. When you respawn, you're always going to be low on ammunition, so you got to collect that ammo. We got one more wave coming in. I do have some gold rounds. With the Tigers, you want to use your air consumables, your air strikes and artillery strikes as much as possible. So definitely use them. Up to 8,400 damage. I think we could win this. I mean, I don't have any more respawns left, but my allies have a respawn each. The Valentine, look at where he is. He's all the way down over here. And we know he doesn't have a strong gun. And he's right now the only one in the game. So while the other player is respawning, he's coming in with a Churchill. So you don't want to do what they're doing. They are trying to take out the enemy in the southern part of the map. It's a really bad idea. The reason why is because you got to hit this Tiger many times. He would have had to hit that Tiger like 10 times, and you don't have the ability to do that if you sit and hide in the back. You really got to go and advance as close to them as possible and work on them. I don't think this Valentine's going to pull through. Like that Tiger would have had to hit him 20 times with that Churchill. Okay, so this game's going to be a loss. So again, I got 13 kills, 10,529 damage, and 1,500 damage. The reason why it only says 8,500 is because your consumables, the airstrikes, are not added. So that means that I got an additional 2,000 from the airstrikes. If you have any questions or comments, please post below.